sustainability in Nigeria. I equally commend the private sector, all the partners, Sahara Power Group, First Independent Power Limited, and Crescendo Nigeria Limited for their investment through AFAM2 goes beyond increasing power generation. It will ignite and drive economic development, power homes, businesses, industries, hospitals, and illuminate hope for a better Nigeria.
The administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral Ebok Ete Ebas, said President Tinubu has consistently provided the enabling environment for local and foreign investors.
Indeed, what we are witnessing today is a powerful testament to the tremendous results that can be achieved under visionary leadership, where the private sector is empowered to lead infrastructure development through the right mix of policies, incentives, and regulation. Mr. President has consistently provided an enabling environment for local and foreign investors to contribute meaningfully to the growth of our economy. These investments, bold and wide-ranging, have found expression in sectors such as power, agriculture, oil and gas, education, and transport, amongst others. This project is also the realization of a long-standing vision sustained across successive administrations here in Rivers State. Pay tribute to their steadfast support and commitment to expanding the power infrastructure in Rivers State.
To contribute meaningfully to the growth of the economy amidst long-standing vision of successive administration in the state to expand the power infrastructure towards industrial transformation. Tamun Nobarabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
Rivers State Sole Administrator Vice Admiral Bob Ete Ebas, retired, has approved the appointment of Imaonyani Relfi Ifrem George, Dr. Binati Iku, Babiteso Kabi George, Soebetin Duke Harry, and Loretta Davis Dimba as permanent secretaries. Others are Uche R. Idos, Chimenu Mpe, Jeremiah Ego, Nicholas Ibnabo Wokoma, Vera Sandike, and Aleruchi Akane. A statement by the acting head of service, Dr. Yingi Brown, says the newly appointed permanent secretaries will be sworn in by His Excellency, the Administrator of Rivers State, on a date to be announced. The trial of 12 suspects who are accused of killing a female police inspector, Christiana Erekere, on duty at Taba Police Division in Kana local government area of Rivers State, has resumed before a Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt. At the resumed hearing, one of the defense witnesses, Pastor Ferguson Weraka, uncle to some of the defendants, told the court that he joined the convoy of the traditional marriage from Port Harcourt heading to Akwa Ibom, and admitted that the late Inspector Christiana Erekere was not among those on checkpoint on the day of the incident, which is 25th of April 2024. Pastor Weraka said after hours of argument between the passengers and police officers on duty, the seized car particulars were handed over to him by one of the personnel and was not inside the police station where the incident took place, but he heard a shout from inside the station and saw a woman who happened to be the first defendant in the suit in a pool of blood. Pastor Wekara, who was responding to questions from the lead prosecution counsel, Celestine Dixon, said he never saw any of the defendants bearing weapon or hitting the late female police inspector, and further disclosed that seizure of mobile phone of the first defendant, Joy, and the driver's license escalated the controversy between the travelers and the police officers at Taba Division. The trial judge, Justice Augusta Kingsley Chukwu, after listening to the witness, adjourned till 16th of June 2025 for evidence of the third witness. Rivers State Police Command, in collaboration with operatives of the Anti-Cultism Unit led by Atta Ali, have arrested a male suspect identified as Felix Clark. A statement by the police public relations officer Grace Ringe Koko says the operatives, upon conducting a search while on routine patrol along Abacha Road GRA, recovered 7 master keys from the suspect and was taken to the station for further questioning. Following his arrest and subsequent interrogation, a red Hyundai Sonata with registration number EKY 531GG, earlier reported stolen, was recovered from his residence. According to the statement, the suspect has given useful information and has named other members of his gang operating in Delta, Edo, and Lagos states. The Commissioner of Police, Rivers State, Olubenga Dewole Adepoju, has reiterated the command's commitment to ensuring the safety and security of lives and property. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. Now watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for update on our live feeds. This is Rivers State Television. When we come back, Trump doubles steel, aluminum tariffs to 50%, sparking economic fears. And in sports, Nigeria to face Russia on international friendly match. Details when we come back. Stay with us.
You do not lie, you do not fail. What is hard for you to do?
Are you ready? Wait for it. It's another Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut. Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide presents Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut. It is a night of total healing and deliverance. It is a night where power is released. It is a night of instant miracles and breakthroughs. It is a night of total restoration. Your story will change. You will possess your possessions. Your mess will become your message. Your situation must turn around for good, and you will rise again. Hallelujah. Date Friday 6th June 2025. Time 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue OPM headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Mbodo Alo, River State. Come with your coconut and encounter the raw power of God.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
Nothing ever happens by chance. Really. Focus on the destination and not the journey, or where you're from.
They will see your gain. Turn the dark to light.
Never ever settle. Make big moves from your small space.
Journey on the wings of grace.
Across the bridge, there's no more sorrow.
With gratitude to God for life well spent with the families of Agioyon, Leah of Egbedani compound, of Sabagreya in Kolokuma, Upokuma LGA of Bayelsa State, the Owolo and Kala Owolo Walking houses, both of Aulomebiri, Koniama, and late Pa Daminabo A. Obokri of Olokiri compound of Opudubeya House, Krike, all in Okrika River State, announced with a heavy heart but in total submission to the will of God the transition of their beloved wife, mother, sister, cousin, aunt, grandmother, and in-law, late Mrs. Laina Agoboye Leah. She was aged 70, 23rd February 1955 to 11th April 2025, who passed after a brief illness on Friday the 11th April 2025. She's survived by Mr. Imomo FM Leah, husband, children, grandchildren, sisters, brothers, cousins, and a host of other relations, too numerous to mention. Obsequies: Friday 30th May 2025, 3 p.m. Service of songs at her residence, Flat 4, Leah Avenue, behind Environmental Sanitation Authority of Lambert Eradiri Road, Onopa, Yanagwa, Bayelsa State. State. Thursday, 5th June 2025, 12 noon, body leaves Bama Mortuary, Port Harcourt in a motorcade to Okrika with a brief stopover at Olokiri Compound or Bapolo, Okrika. Friday, 6th June 2025, 7 a.m. line in state at Ogudire, Amesimakas Compound, Awolomebiri, Koniama, Okrika. 10 a.m. funeral service at St. Peter's Cathedral Church, Okrika Island. 12 noon, interment. 1 p.m. refreshment at Awolomebiri, Sandfield, Koniama, Okrika. Sunday, 8th June 2025, 10 a.m. Thanksgiving service at St. Peter's Cathedral Church, Okrika Island. May her soul rest in the bosom of the Lord. Amen. This is signed by Mr. Imomo FM, Leah, for the families.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back to the news. In its bid to provide a transformative framework to guide urban planning, development and governance across the country, the Federal Executive Council has approved the revised National Urban Development Policy over the next decade. Minister of Housing and Urban Development Musa Dangiwa said it provides the country with a clear roadmap to plan and build cities that are productive, livable, as well as inclusive and climate resilient. He emphasized that with this policy, Nigeria is better positioned to harness the full potential of its urban spaces in order to drive national development and uplift the quality of life for all Nigerians. He said the NUDP introduces a business unusual approach that departs from fragmented, reactive planning and embraces proactive, inclusive, and long-term strategies. The Federal Civil Service Commission has dismissed reports claiming it has 10,000 job openings, describing the information as false and misleading. A statement signed by the Commission's Head of Press and Public Relations, Taiwo Hazan, the FCSC clarified that only 2,130 vacancies were available under its recently concluded online recruitment exercise, which ended in March 17. The Commission advised the public to disregard the misinformation and to rely solely on official channels for accurate updates regarding the recruitment process. It also announced that the shortlisting process had been completed and candidates selected for the next stage. The computer-based test will be notified through various media platforms and its official website, www.fedcivilservice.gov.ng. The federal government has commenced the expansion of sickle cell screening and management services across 6 designated centers of care in the country. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Mohammed Pate, made this known while addressing delegates from over 60 countries at this 5th Global Congress on Sickle Cell Disease in Abuja. He revealed that the Center of Excellence for Sickle Cell Disease Research and Training in Abuja will be upgraded to an international center of excellence serving not just Nigeria but the West African sub-region and the global community. Pate added that the government was collaborating with local pharmaceutical manufacturers to ensure affordable access to hydroxyurea, a key drug for managing sickle cell disease. Moving on now, Minister of Education Tunja Lausa has warned federal universities, polytechnics and colleges of education across the country, declaring that any satellite campus established without prior approval through their respective regulatory agencies, the National Universities Commission, the National Board for Technical Education, and the National Colleges of Education will face strict sanctions. This directive was contained in a memo and addressed to the executive secretaries of these regulatory agencies, in which the minister expressed serious concern over the growing trend of unregulated and unjustified establishment of satellite campuses by federal universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education. It also emphasized that the unapproved proliferation of satellite campuses undermines the integrity, quality, and sustainability of Nigeria's tertiary education system. The West African Examination Council has refuted claims that it had cancelled the English language paper written on Wednesday, May the 28th. Delay in writing the examination in the night had sparked national outrage. The council said it got hints of a paper leak, thus moving swiftly to protect the integrity of this examination by taking immediate measures. In a statement, Acting Head of Public Affairs, Moyoshola Adeshina, announced a press release dated Friday, May 30th, which claimed that WAEC had cancelled the English language paper and that a new date will be announced for its receipt. The Lagos State Ministry of Environment and Water Resources has said it will impose a 250,000 naira fine for a month's jail term on environmental offenders from July the 1st, 2025. The ministry said offenders who dump refuse illegally, litter the streets, or deface the environment will face penalties. The Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wehab, who disclosed this on the government's official ex-handle, said Lagos will no longer tolerate deliberate environmental abuse. He reiterated that the law on cat pushers still stands, public defecation remains banned, and illegal street trading will not be tolerated. And on the foreign scene, US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order doubling tariffs on steel and aluminum imports, raising the rates from 25% to a steep 50%. The new measure marks the second time since March that import taxes on the vital and industrial metals have been hiked, setting off alarm bells across global markets and within American manufacturing sectors. Trump defended the move, insisting the decision was designed to secure the future of the American steel industry. However, critics say the aggressive tariff hike could severely disrupt global steel trade, damage U.S. supply chains, and strain diplomatic ties. And in sports, Super Falcons head coach Justin Madugu has said his team will keep working hard to win a record-extending 10th title at the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Nigeria defeated the indomitable Lioness of Cameroon 2-0 in a friendly at the MKO Abiola Sports Arena, Abeokuta, on Tuesday. Madugu is, however, keen to see his team play more friendlies before the start of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. He added that the Super Falcons have been one of the most successful teams in Nigeria at the national team level. Still in sports, the senior national teams of Nigeria and Russia are set to make history on Thursday as they face off for the first time in a senior international fixture at the iconic Lizhinki Stadium in Moscow. Anticipation is high for what promises to be a compelling encounter between two sides riding waves of recent success. In the wake of their suspension from UEFA competitions in April 2023, Russia has turned to international friendlies, particularly against African and Asian opponents, to maintain their global football presence. The strategy has yielded strong results, with the team delivering commanding 5-0 victories over Zambia and Grenada in their most recent outings. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. And You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now to end the news, a recap of some of the major stories. President Tinubu has commissioned the second Afan power plant to strengthen the capacity of the federal government to achieve its sustainable electricity supply goals. The West African Examinations Council has refuted claims that it had cancelled the English language paper written on Wednesday, May 28th. We had reported that the Federal Civil Service Commission has dismissed reports claiming it has 10,000 job openings, describing the information as false and misleading, advising the public to rely solely on its official channels for accurate updates regarding the recruitment process. That's the news. Thanks for watching. My name is Ndo Ajie.